Okay, we are recording now. I'm doing another video on the problems of trigonometric identities. We have done quite a few on that, and I'm going to do, I think today will be the last on that. Then I'll change the topic. So let us do this question. Today is question number 1. Today, what is the date? Sorry. Today is sorry, 3rd June. Today is 3rd June. Let us do the questions. And let question number 1 is x sine A minus y cos A is equal to z. He has given you x sine A minus y cos A is equal to z, and we have to prove, we have to prove that x cos A plus y sin A is equal to plus minus under root x square plus y square minus z square. He has given you one equation, one term, x sin A minus y sin A is equal to x sin A minus y cos A is equal to z, and he wants you to prove x cos A plus y sin A is equal to under root plus minus under root x square plus y square minus z square. So what we do is that let x cos A plus y sin A is equal to, suppose, t. Let us assume this to be t, and let's say this equation is 1. And I have another equation which is given to you as x sin A minus y cos A is equal to z equation 2. Now if you look at this cos A sin A cos A, so it clearly indicates that if I square both the equation, if I square both the equations, like if I square equation 1 and I square equation 2, so I will be getting x square cos square A plus y square sin square A plus 2xy sin A cos A. Similarly, if I square the second equation, I'll get x square sin square A plus y square cos square A minus 2xy sin A cos A. So this term 2ab will cancel when we'll add them, and let us see what we can do. I'm saying square equation 1 and square equation 2 and add them, let's square them and add them. What will I get? X square, I'll get x square cos square A plus y square sine square A plus 2x y cos A sine A equal to t square when we squared the first equation. Now let us square the second equation. X square sine square A plus y square cos square A minus 2xy sin A cos A equal to z square is equal to z square. Now let us add both the equation, like which is square equation 1, square equation 2, and add them. So when I add them, what will happen is that I'll get x square and cos square A plus sin square A plus y square sin square A plus cos square A, and this term will cancel. These two terms will cancel, is equal to t square plus z square. So x square into 1, because cos square A plus sin square A is 1, plus y square sin square A plus cos square A is 1, is equal to t square plus z square. Or we'll say t square plus z square is equal to x square plus y square. I have reversed the left hand side and right hand side. I have reversed the left hand side and right hand side. I have to find the value of t square. So t square will be equal to x square plus y square minus z square, or t will be under root plus minus x square plus y square minus z square. That is what we wanted to prove. We had to prove this is equal to this. We had to prove this is equal to this. So x is t is equal to plus minus under root x square plus y square minus z square. Now please just see the question. It was given x sin A minus y cos A is equal to z, and we had to prove that x cos A plus y sin A is equal to under root x square plus minus under root x square plus y square minus z square. So we assume this to be t. It's a little difficult to understand x square to carry on this forward. So we did that, square it, and then we could have got that also actually. So what we did was, we assumed it to be t, we squared both the equation and added them, and we realized that we got x square plus y square, and those terms cancel, is equal to t square plus z square, and then we found the value of t square, which was actually what? X sin A. Actually t is what? T was x cos A plus y sin A. X cos A plus y sin A is equal to plus minus under root x square plus y square minus z square. So we got this like this. Is that clear? We got this equation completely. Okay, now let's see the next question. Next question is sec x plus 10x is equal to alpha. Sec x plus 10x is equal to alpha. It says then find sec x, tan x and sin x and cos x in terms of alpha. Sec x, tan x. He says find find sec x, tan x, sin x and cos x in terms of alpha. In terms of alpha. In terms of alpha. Now again, if you remember in few lectures back, I had spoken that wherever you will see sec x plus tan x, you will think of sec x minus tan x also. Why? Sec x minus tan x is the reciprocal of sec x plus tan x. So we know that sec x minus tan x is reciprocal of sec x plus tan x. This we know. We had discussed when we were saying sec square x minus tan square x is equal to 1. So the factors were sec x minus tan x and sec x plus tan x. When the product of two numbers is 1, that means one is the reciprocal of the other. So we are already given sec x plus tan x. So I can say sec x minus tan x, reciprocal means it will be 1 upon alpha. It will be 1 upon, its value will be 1 upon alpha. Reciprocal means just the reverse of that. And sec x plus tan x is what? Is equal to alpha. So let us take equation 1 and equation 2, add them. If I add both the equations, tan x will cancel, I'll get the value of sec x, and you want to find out sec x. So add equation 1 and equation 2 and equation 2. If I add equation 1 and 2, what will happen is that I will get 2 sec x is equal to 1 upon alpha plus alpha. When you take the LCM, it will become 1 plus alpha square upon alpha. Or sec x will be 1 plus alpha square upon 2 alpha. Is that clear or not? So we got sec x is equal to 1 plus alpha square upon 2 alpha. Okay. Now if instead of adding these two equations, if I subtract, what will happen? If I subtract 1 from 2, subtract 1 from 2. 1 from 2 means equation 1 from equation 2. When we subtract, sec x will cancel. It will become plus here. So 2 tan x will be from we are subtracting 1 from 2. So alpha minus 1 upon alpha. So 210x will be alpha square minus 1 upon alpha, or 10x will become alpha square minus 1 upon 2 alpha. Again, what are we going to do? We get the formula. 10x is equal to alpha square minus 1 upon 2 alpha. Let me try it once to make it a little better. Yeah, okay, we got this. So we've got the value of sec x, we've got the value of 10x. He wanted the value of sin x and cos x as well. So it's very simple. Cos x will be just the reverse of sec x. Cos x will be 2 alpha upon 1 plus alpha square. Sec x is that, cos x is just the reverse of that. Alright, we got this value. Now I want to find the value of sin x. 10x is this. 10x is this. We know 10x is sin x upon cos x. Okay. Sin x upon cos x is equal to alpha square minus 1 upon 2 alpha. So sin x will be calculated as alpha square minus 1 upon 2 alpha into cos x. We know already, we have calculated the value of cos x. Cos x is what? Cos x is 2 alpha upon 1 plus alpha square. So this will cancel. And what will you get? You will get sin x as alpha square minus 1 upon alpha square plus 1. Is that clear? We got the value this. We got the value of sin x. So we got the value of sec x, we got the value of 10x, we got the value of cos x, we got the value of sin x, and we have to find the value of cot x. So cot x is just 1 upon 10x. Cot x is 1 upon 10x. 10x is, okay, it will become 2 alpha upon alpha square minus 1. Okay, let's do it again. Okay, we got the value of cot x also. We got the value of all the trigonometric ratios, sec x, 10x, cos x, sin x, cot x we have got. So this was question number 2. This is question number 2. Now the last question in this series is question number 3 is, he says sec x is equal to alpha plus 1 sec x is equal to alpha plus 1 upon 4 alpha. He says we have to prove it is required to prove. What is required to prove? Required to prove is sec x plus 10x has two roots, 2 alpha and or 1 upon 2 alpha or 1 upon 2 alpha. It has roots 2 alpha or 1 upon 2 alpha. It says it has roots alpha, 2 alpha or 1 upon 2 alpha. So let us see what do we have to do. Sec x, sec alpha plus 10 alpha is, or here is given in terms of alpha or x. It is alpha. Is it given this? Sec alpha is given the question. No, sec x. X is there. So sec x plus 10x is equal to t. Let us assume sec x plus, let again the same thing. Sec x plus 10x is equal to t. If it is t, then sec x minus 10x will be equal to 1 upon t. Again equation 1 and equation 2. Because these are reciprocals of each other. Now if I add both the equation, I'll get the value of sec alpha or sec x, sorry. Add 1 and 2. 1 and 2. If I add 1 and 2, what will happen is 10x minus 10x will cancel. You'll get 2 sec x. You'll get 2 sec x t plus 1 upon t, or it will be t square plus 1 upon t, or sec x will be t square plus 1 upon t. 2, it will become 2 here. And what is the value of sec x? The value of sec x given in the question is alpha plus 1 upon 4 alpha is equal to t square plus 1 upon 2t. Is that clear? Are you getting my point? Because in the beginning only the question was given as sec x as alpha plus 1 upon 4 alpha. So I have substituted instead of sec x the value of sec x by calculating using sec x plus 10x and sec x minus 10x in terms of any t, and we'll see what happens with t. We'll get a quadratic equation in terms of t. Now when I'll take here, it will become 4 alpha square plus 1 upon 4 alpha is equal to t square plus 1 upon 2t. Let us cross multiply. Uh, this 2 will cancel. This 2 will cancel. So 2 alpha t square plus 2 alpha is equal to 4 alpha squared t plus t. Cross multiply. Now bring all the terms to one side. 2 alpha t square plus uh, minus, will come minus. Oh God. Now, okay, we're back. Minus 4 alpha squared t minus t plus 2 alpha is equal to 0 is equal to 0. Let's get quadratic equations in terms of t. So 2 alpha t square. Here it will become, if I take, sorry, minus common out, I have to take minus common out. I have to take minus. Why it has become plus plus? Rubbish that is. If I take minus common out, uh, it will become what? Uh, 4 alpha square plus 1 and t will be here plus 2 alpha is equal to 0. Now I divide the whole equation by 2 alpha, so I'll get t square minus 4 alpha square plus 1 upon 2 alpha into t plus 1 is equal to 0, or I'll get t square minus 4 alpha square by 2 alpha will be 2 alpha plus 1 upon 2 alpha t plus 1 is equal to 0. Now if you look at this equation carefully, it is a quadratic equation. It is a quadratic equation which has got two roots as 2 alpha and 1 upon, or 1 upon 2 alpha. Why? Because the product of the roots, what happens is that in a quadratic equation, what do you get? Quadratic equation. Quadratic equation. In what form do you get a quadratic equation with two roots? You get x square minus alpha plus beta into x plus alpha into beta. Here it is the sum of the roots, here is the product of the roots. Here is the sum of the roots, here is the product of the roots. If you see what is the sum of roots? Sum of roots is 2 alpha plus 1 upon 2 alpha. Product will come 2 alpha into 1 upon 2 alpha, which will give you 1. So we are getting 1 here, and it is here. So we are getting a quadratic equation. So what we do is that we can write, so the roots of the equation, so the roots or value of, what is the, here what is the value of t? So t will be, so the roots of equation t will be, either it will be t will be equal to 2 alpha or t will be equal to 1 upon 2 alpha. And what is the value of t? Just please, what did we assume t to be? Sec alpha plus 10x. So sec x plus 10x is either equal to 2 alpha, or sec x plus 10x is 1 upon 2 alpha. That is what he wanted, either this or that. Come in. So we got both the values, and this will end our questions today. I'll stop recording now.